Hello everyone and welcome to Blaugrana Everything, and welcome back to the channel and a match review as we look at how FC Barcelona finally registered a win in a big match by dispatching Sevilla in the comfort of their own home at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. Coming into this match, Sevilla had been on a 7-match winning streak and the 6-match clean sheet streak in the league. However, 2 goals from Dembele and Messi were enough to bring both those runs to an end as Barca triumphed to move 5 points clear of Sevilla in the league standings and 1 ahead of Real Madrid, who do have a game in hand. So as we normally do with match reviews, we'll look at how the teams lined up, then talk about Barcelona's performance on the night and discuss negatives and positives from the game, as well as pick the man of the match. Quick reminder to hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video so you can keep up with all the FC Barcelona match reviews on this channel. So let's go straight ahead and look at how the two teams set up. Sevilla set up as we were expecting with a 4-3-3, but with a couple of changes up front. De Jong and Munir coming on for En-Nesyri and Suso, so the starting lineup looked like this. In goal, Bono, a back 4 of Escudero, Koundé, Carlos and Navas, the midfield 3 of Rakitic, Fernando and Jordan, and a front 3 of Gomez, De Jong and Munir. Barcelona on the other hand set up nothing like we had been expecting them to. Now, I said in the preview that Koeman would need to do something different to get the better of Lopetegui this time, and he did just that by switching up to a 3-5-2 with the following players: Marc-Andre ter Stegen in goals, Langley, Piqué and Mingueza in a back 3 with Jordi Alba and Serginho Dest as wingbacks, and Pedri, Busquets and De Jong sandwiched between them, and up front Messi and Dembele. Let's now briefly look at how Barcelona performed in this game. First half was really as close to perfection as we have seen from Ronald Koeman's Barcelona all season long. 2 weeks ago in the Copa semi-final played at the same ground, Sevilla dominated Barca by primarily overwhelming them with physicality in the midfield area. Joan Jordan in particular had a magnificent game. This time around, Barcelona crowded out that midfield, pressed Sevilla high, forcing them to try and hit long balls to De Jong, who was completely dominated by Gerard Piqué on the day. As a result, Barcelona spent the majority of the first half on the front foot, probing for a way past the Sevilla backline, and after 29 minutes of being repeatedly thwarted, Barcelona finally found a way through. It started with Busquets nicking the ball off a Sevilla attacker after an almost calamitous Langley moment. Busquets played the ball to Messi, who was given way too much time and space on the ball near the halfway line, then spotted the run of Dembele, who had evaded the attention of Koundé and stolen the march on Diego Carlos, and Messi played a well-measured through ball to the speedy Frenchman, who ran clean through on goal and finished coolly past Bono. Barca continued to dominate Sevilla for the rest of the half as the Andalusians looked shell-shocked and unable to mount a meaningful response to their visitors. The rest of the half ended without much significant action, and the two teams went into the break with the score 1-0. The second half began with more intensity as Sevilla looked to make a serious charge to get back into the game after regrouping at the break and making necessary substitutions. The first 20 minutes of the second half as a result only got more frantic as Sevilla pushed forward looking for a goal and leaving behind a lot of room in which Dembele was more than happy to run riot throughout his time on the pitch in the second half. Barca got plenty of goal-scoring chances thanks in large part to Dembele's running off and on the ball. There was a chance for Messi to start it off, which he uncharacteristically skied, and another one for Jordi Alba, who somehow found himself in the number 9 role but just couldn't finish to make it 2 goals in 2 consecutive games. And also, there was a good chance for Serginho Dest, who cracked a thunderous shot off the post. Sevilla, on the other hand, were not able to create many goal-scoring chances, and after some substitutions by Barca to take off the likes of Piqué, Pedri and Araujo due to injuries, Ilaix Moriba set Messi up for what was the game-clinching goal in the 85th minute. The assist by Moriba was very much reminiscent of Busquets' assist to Messi in the 2011 Champions League semi-final at the Bernabeu. Barcelona then saw the rest of the game as ter Stegen kept his second consecutive clean sheet, 2-0 the final score. I will now move on to talk about negatives and positives from the game. First up, the negatives. Now, this time around there's only one here. Sure, the performance was impressive, but there's one thing that could still improve, and that is making proper use of substitutes. Pedri didn't have to stay out there for so long, neither did Piqué to be honest, while Lopetegui, by contrast, made all 5 of his subs just a few minutes past the hour mark. Ronald Koeman waited until almost the 70th minute to make a substitution, and in fact, all but one of his substitutions were to take off a player who was injured. As we get to the business end of the season, regular starters like Pedri, De Jong and Dembele need to be kept fresh by giving them rest and using players like Puig, Moriba and Trincao more often. How only one of them got minutes here was honestly crazy. So Mr. Koeman, please improve on that front. Now, I'll move on to the positives from the performance, of which I have quite a few to go through. First and foremost, on this channel, we never shy away from giving credit where it is due. In the match preview, I said that so far Lopetegui has had a measure on Koeman and that Koeman would need to switch things up to get a dub, and that's exactly what the man did. The team selection and setup worked magnificently, even the way in which he boxed out Jordan, the guy who ran the show in midfield last time the two teams met. This is probably the closest thing to a tactical masterclass by Ronald Koeman that we have ever seen. My second positive continues in the same vein of giving credit where it is due, and it was for our defending on the day. Longley, Piqué, Alba and Busquets have all rightfully come in for some heavy criticism lately, but this is one match where they did a proper job, and Ter Stegen was carried to a clean sheet thanks to the great performance by our defensive players. Please, let's see this more often, guys. My third and final positive was the performance of the youngsters today. Dest had easily his best game in a Barcelona shirt. Mingueza continues to improve week upon week, and he plays with an intensity that I just love to see. Pedri was effective with and without possession and magnificent at winning the ball back. Dembele was a joy to watch, going toe-to-toe against the likes of Diego Carlos and Jules Koundé and relatively coming out on top. And last but not least, Elias Moriba was coolness personified as he went about his job like a seasoned vet in what was a high-pressure match and moment. All round, wonderful displays by our youngsters. I will now move on to talking about the man of the match, and I have a suspicion that you already have a good idea who it was on the day. Despite the mercurial performance of Ousmane Dembele, it was Sevilla's tormentor-in-chief who takes the title of man of the match once again. Messi continued his habit of scoring against Sevilla and also registered an assist to boot that sees him move to 38 career goals and 18 career assists against Sevilla alone. He had a slow start to the game but grew into it more and more as time went by, and overall it was a wonderful performance by the Argentine maestro once again to claim the Blaugrana Everything Man of the Match title. Well, that does it for my match review, ladies and gentlemen. What were your thoughts on the match? Who was your man of the match? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, and Forza Barca.